Hello, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. Paul Trani here, the one and only Anna McNaught.
Hello.
Very fashionable today.
I am rocking the Adobe life today with my little Space Invader suit or whatever they are.
She may or may not have been wearing it for the past 24 hours, by the way.
Yeah.
Because it's that cool. Yeah. And
Yeah, I wore it out last night, and I've never felt better in my whole life.
She had some swagger. She's some serious swag. As soon as she put it on, she was like strutting. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Super fun. Fun to have you here as well. This is day 3, and fun to have Quinn here, and Van Dam, and Eric, Jan, Eric, Valder, everybody. Like, come on in, say hello. We got a fun day today. It is day 3. We will get a little choked up after a while, because we don't want to leave. But big thank you to Kathleen. Did some amazing stuff with Symmetry Brush, Symmetry Tool, compositing with Anna for 2 hours, XD, and digital imaging this afternoon. It's basically all about Photoshop with some XD in the middle and then some Illustrator at the end is the short of it. So, Kroll wins for best little emojis as well.
Yeah.
Loving the icons.
Those are awesome.
Love it. So cool. We're happy to have you here. We're happy to have you here as well. How you feeling? You ready to take on the world today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Might need some more coffee throughout the stream. You know,
exactly.
We're gonna
Just pour it on my legs or something to wake me up.
Just IV drip.
And this is cool. So can we talk about this and like what we're gonna work on?
Yes. So yesterday on the stream we talked about how last night we wanted to take some fun photos, and then we were talking about, sometimes you're in a place where you don't have a camera with you, or you're like, this place looks super sweet. Like last night we went to this bar and it was so awesome. You can see it has neon graphics in the background. We have some Pacman here. My jacket fit right in.
Totally.
And I did have my light with me, but I didn't have my camera, so Paul and I were playing with the iPhone and taking some photos, and then we wanted to kind of create something on the fly today. And get like all of your contributions to it. So we'd love to hear what you guys think we should do to these photos and have some fun with it.
Yeah, totally. Well, I love the colors, and I love the fact that we literally just use our phones to take these. So we want to make sure all this stuff that you're doing is like easily accessible.
Yes.
Right? And already this is already very well lit. I do want to point out that little guy right there. I don't know if you can let's zoom in on it. But that's your little, this is the bowling. That's the name of it. So that's an LED light. You can change the colors.
Yeah, it's awesome. You can go through the entire spectrum of colors and make it flash, make it do crazy things. I should have brought it into the studio with me.
Is it here?
It's in the other room. Yeah, I found it.
We were
I thought I lost it.
Missing it for a little while.
So we did a bunch of funny things. This bar was really awesome because it was all arcade and all glowing. And using the light, again, you can see here, we did it in green and then pink. It was it's the best tool ever. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday on the stream. And the Photoshop glow picture that I did, I used my light on that as well. So so check out those. Tool. Yeah, totally. Replays below if you're on Behance, but also, those replays are available. And again, you get some, I'm glad you can control the intensity. Some of these are almost pretty extreme. And I guess you kind of have to watch that. That actually looks pretty good. Yeah.
So, some of the other ones that we're not showing, I think, were almost blown out a little too much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that definitely happens with this light. Even if you are shooting it on a DSLR camera, you still start to get this weirdness happening on the face, but it's especially apparent on the iPhone because the iPhone cannot pick up that full spectrum of colors and the separation in between the blacks and the whites and the highlights and everything. So, this is pretty good for what it is, and I think it will work for today's purpose.
Yeah, totally. I'm into it. And I love the colors. It's kind of very much like your color scheme, so it's going to fit in with your Instagram.
Yeah, I was super excited at this bar. I was like, oh my God, everything's glowing. Everything's like Anna colors.
Yeah, and again, your jacket fit in perfectly.
I know.
So yeah, also just to kind of recap real fast, just as I take a look at this. Oh yeah, here's just Anna's Instagram, just FYI, and what you worked on yesterday. So
yes,
you can kind of, again, kind of take a look at that, and so we're kind of doing some things similar, but I think the colors will fit right in with your Instagram and your work, so that's cool.
Yeah, and I think the fun thing about today is that the past 2 days I kind of had a game plan, and today, we have a semi-plan of what we want to do, but we also don't, and which I think will be really fun because we want to open it up to the chat for you guys to like really get creative today and tell us what to do live so we can just like get wild with it.
Yeah. And also like in the spirit of collaboration. So we have this, and what we've done, by the way, is we've actually shared a Creative Cloud library. So you have that. Maybe I'll actually start out and show how I did this really quick.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah.
So, and somebody already mentioned it in chat, like with the ghosts. So I think those are fun elements, as you can see even on my screen. Like, again, here's just a vector element. I'm going to actually just take this from Illustrator. Turn that off. Let's invert this background just so we can see everything. Pasting it in, it could be a smart object, right? So here's my little ghost now, okay? Could be anything. I could have actually drawn it with the vector tools in Photoshop if I wanted to, but nonetheless, not a big deal. Here it is. It's a smart object. We'll open up the 3D panel by going to Window 3D. So this is the panel you want to use. Take a look right in here. What do we want to do with it? We want to extrude it, right? So create. There it is. I will say you could do this with text, but if your objects get really complex, the extrusion might be a little funky, just a little FYI. But this is perfect. It's simple enough, and this is typically how your panel transforms as well. So here's my vector smart object. This is my ghost. Doesn't really matter, but be very conscious of sort of like what you're selecting, right? So I would typically jump in here, use my current view, my selection tool, my move tool actually does move it, but you can kind of see the depth at that point as I start to move it around.
Looks like a mailbox.
It does look like a mailbox, and that's a good point. Like that's what's going to look a little funky. All we need to do is select Ghost and go over to our Properties panel. Right over, actually we'll stay with this first one. It's the extrusion depth that we have to play with.
Cool.
Right, and plus it's awfully dark as well. So we'll go into environment. I don't know why it's been doing this with the color for the light. It just gives it a black light, but now we can see it a lot better.
Yeah, I know a couple people were having an issue with that yesterday too, and we were talking about 3D, that things are really dark for some reason.
Yeah,
so if you're having that issue, it's not just you.
Yeah, exactly. And I really don't know where that comes from. But either way, you want to look at your lights. Obviously, your light's going to be like way dark. If everything's dark, then obviously it might be your lights that are dark. Already it's like looking better, so we can go ahead and, okay, everything's good. It could use some more of that bevel. We'll change the color as well. So let's come in here. Let's give it a fun bevel, because I think that would be cool, right?
Yeah.
Just like kind of smooth it out a little bit. Does that work?
Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
Because Anna is the art director here. I'm just giving her this element, which is all I'm doing. So contour, I'll change this to curved. You don't notice anything initially because you need to increase the width. And as I do that, you can start to see, again, I'll switch back to, current view, but you can see how it's kind of beveled out. But I could also do the other side as well. So let's go, I just clicked on default camera.
That's cool. I like the bevel. He looks like all soft now.
Yeah, he does, right? And I do want to.
I wonder if we could make him fuzzy. No, I'm getting too advanced.
Yeah, that is very cute. I love that idea. But that's why we have purchased like Substance and some Substance Painter. I'm drawing a blank on the company name, the company that we bought. Who is it? It's a super long name. Anyways, we bought the company that allows you to create all these crazy, awesome textures.
Oh, cool. Okay. Maybe we could even, after you're done with it and we get it into the scene, maybe we could even like smudge and add some hair to it or something.
Okay. Yeah.
We're going to get really wild today. We're going to do some fun things.
So I think I did front and back. It should actually show me the front and back. Anyways, there it is. Let's jump in here because what's really annoying me is the color is way off. So that's when you need to drill into here, and you'll see that it'll have these different materials. And yeah, it's kind of a pain, but check this out. Even if it's an image, if you extrude an image, this is where you find the image. This is going to be the front of that image that you can go in and edit. So if I go to edit texture, we're going to get a flat view of that. So here's actually what it is. So I could put anything I want on. So you said sort of like paint, make it fuzzy or give it hair or whatever the case may be. I would do that like right in here. And this might be a case where like, you know, if I wanted to have a gradient in here, it's actually going to be the front of this ghost.
Oh,
right?
okay. Can we do like a pink gradient?
Yeah, and honestly, this isn't even how I would do it. I'm not even really going to use this, to be honest with you, because there's an easier way as well. So I can save that, but just to show you that it does apply it there. You would typically just come up here and change the color.
Okay.
Like, I don't really need this. I would actually remove that texture. And I would jump in here, I'd click right here on the base color and make it, you know, if we're using that image.
Yeah, I guess we should decide what image we want to use too. So let me zoom out here. We have this one, which, you know, that's
really clean. I love how clean that one is.
Yeah, and an important thing to keep in mind when you're doing these kind of images for you guys is you want to pay attention to the eye line. So Paul's looking like somewhere out here.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of, you know, if we just add, I'm just gonna paint this in so you guys can see, but you're kind of looking out this way somewhere.
Yeah.
So not sure if that would work.
Yeah,
but
exactly. That's a good point, because I'm not only kind of looking that direction, but I'm mainly kind of looking forward. So realistically, would be almost covering my face.
Yeah.
And down to the right slightly.
Yeah, it'd be like over here. So
yeah.
I mean, we could play with that image. Then we have this one of me. Maybe,
that's fun,
you know,
too.
we could put the ghost like right in here.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that too. I'll go with and that looks good too.
You could go right here.
I really like, that works too.
And
oh, that's
here.
nice. And the nice thing is we don't really need to, you know, we'll pick a color now. We'll do a pink or something, and we can change it later.
Okay. I really like this picture too.
I do too.
I feel like it's super fun. So maybe we start with this, and then we can add the ghost to other things.
Fantastic. And that again is like kind of more of a orange red. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Just tell me if I get this. We'll just kind of like go there.
Cool. I want to address a lot of people talking in the chat right now about shooting raw photos on your phone, and you can do that in Lightroom Mobile. Looks like everyone's kind of talking about that, but just to bring that up, like if you only have your phone and you're like, I need a raw image, then shooting in Lightroom is perfect for that. And to be honest, sometimes I forget about that. I feel like that's such an amazing feature, and we didn't do that last night. We just shot it with the camera. So, and I have an iPhone 10, so some of these are iPhone 10. I think this one was iPhone 10, and then Paul has an iPhone 11. And so we shot that as well, which actually turned out like looking a lot clearer, has so much more detail in it. You can see like this image actually, you know, you start to get like all those little colors in my face and everything, and I shot this one and you lose that in Paul's face, so.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I finally I used to have an iPhone 7 and I just upgraded. So I'm not like all bougie or anything. I just like finally got a new phone.
Yeah.
It was I've never had it happen, but on the bottom it was like turning black and it was like spreading. So it looked like it had some sort of like some disease or a rash. My phone had a really bad rash.
Definitely time to upgrade.
Yeah.
Hey, Evan, if you're watching, that means that you should upgrade too. My brother's still in like an iPhone 5, I think, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like definitely.
iPhone 5.
Definitely upgrade time.
So looks like I have this matched, and I'll just sync this to library. So here's our fun ghost. Easy enough, extruded, the color we want. I'll leave it up to you to add like the glows and things like that.
Cool.
I will say I can come in here and I can make this look like more metallic and reflective if I want to as well, because it actually could use a little bit more. But nonetheless, I'm just gonna try to get this in your hands like right now.
Okay.
Which means opening up the, sorry, there we go. Libraries panel. So this is actually how we're sharing assets.
Swearing assets.
So yeah, the Ghost project. Anyways, you get the idea. Create, go over here. You just have to make sure when you share or collaborate with somebody else that you're using their Adobe ID, right? You gotta. Some people have to check, like, what account is that? Because I got 3 different emails or whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
That's literally all I did to share it with Anna, which you don't need to see her email. And that's what I did here. So actually, I've already dropped that ghost in. Actually, let me do this ghost right now. Yeah, I'm gonna call it Ghost Face.
Yeah, the libraries is a great way to like collaborate on projects or kind of store things across your across the cloud. To be honest, I don't use it that much, but it's really, really useful. When I was working a corporate job, we would keep the colors in the libraries for the brand and the logo, and so like you can always have those brand colors like on demand. You can have the logo, so instead of being like, where is my business's logo or something, it's always right there in libraries.
Yeah, that is super nice. And now you work in like independently, you don't really need it that much. Although
Yeah.
I do end up storing so many things, and I spend most of my time just like on my desktop. I just kind of end up organizing all this stuff.
Oh, cool. I need to do that.
Yeah,
You're like much
it's
better
so
at it than
nice.
I am.
Like Meg DL like needs to do this as well, just like because he was
Yeah.
cutting out flowers and stuff. It's like you really just need to do that once, and then just reuse those assets. And what's cool is I needed to trim these up. Since it's a library item, it cleans up all of everywhere I used it, which is awfully nice.
That's so
You
cool.
get
I
it.
need to do that for sure because I have my PNGs like saved everywhere random. And so.
Yeah.
The other nice thing about libraries is it syncs with Adobe stock. So if you save something into a folder on Adobe stock, like I have all my different Adobe Live things saved here, and I haven't even licensed these yet. I can't speak.
We're having a hard time today.
I know.
It's true.
But this is really cool because then I can automatically go into Adobe stock and get these images if I needed them.
Yeah, perfect. And you can see the one with the 2 people. So see how it has that little icon? That's how
this
you
one,
know
yeah.
that's the library we're sharing. Let me save this. And yes, Ghost Face.
Is that Ghostface?
Yeah, just drop it in, and yeah, there it is. I don't know why that you're currently not getting a preview, but you get the idea. So you can save the actual color in libraries. Yeah, you can save the colors, you can save the assets, a number of things. And that's all right down.
The only thing I don't like about this guy is the 2-tone color to it.
Yeah, I know. I started
It's
to make
looking
that.
a little
Yep, I
weird.
agree.
And this is an interesting thing I think we can show is like going back and forth. We go over to your computer, you update it, it automatically is going to update on my computer in the library.
Yes.
Which I think is really, really useful when you're collaborating.
Yeah. Because what I actually did is I started to make that a little metallic, and then it was reflecting just a darker area around it. So.
Also,
I'm
what
making
about
sure
getting
those-
rid of the cylinders that are in his eyes? Do you think that that's weird? Do you guys think that's weird? You know what I mean? Like
yeah. So.
now I'm getting picky.
Yeah,
Beggars
no,
can't be
I just
choosers,
had
I
to-
guess. But
Okay, so here we go. So this is a great point. So Ghost right here, edit source, right? I'm now in this vector smart object. I double click it again, and now I'm back in Illustrator. Now that I'm back in Illustrator, boom, boom, save, close, right? See it update. This is my source file. As I close it there, we can see it's updated
Gotcha.
there.
Okay, cool.
So it should be good. I'll save it as well, but actually, and let me actually just give it a little bit more of an angle, kind of based on. Oh yeah, I gotta fix that side. I'm not matching. It's
Looks like a minion on the back
Devil.
or something.
Oops, there we go. And I can play with the lighting and all that stuff, but it looks like maybe you want something like that. And what's cool, as I save this, is we can make a couple, and we could have a couple in there basically with different angles.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, drop that in there. Yeah. And see that little spinny wheel down there in the libraries? See how it's like spinning right there? That's how we're gonna give it a second.
Okay.
So.
You can see too that it has a little cloud icon down here, so meaning that we're sharing it through the cloud.
Oh, I love it, Corey. Yeah, good ideas. Corey, can you maybe make it slightly transparent?
Oh yeah, and we could even probably do that in opacity. Yeah, just kind of play with that. So
we could do some of that, kind of if we wanted to go that route, which is a great idea, by the way. I love that idea. I like the idea of. So the thing about making it transparent is we don't want the reflections to be transparent. The reflections would be opaque. The color would be transparent. So working on that is a whole thing.
That's very true. Didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
All right, now we got our updated ghost. That was really cool to see, though. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but as it finally synced up, it automatically switched the ghost out with Paul's updated version. So it's like a great way to just kind of work back and forth between two computers. So let's see. Let's figure out how big we want this little guy to be.
Oh, yeah.
He reminds me of the smiley face French fries now. Like this guy's morphing, this little ghost is morphing into all sorts of different things, but doesn't it look like
the like the McDonald's fries?
No, like the ones you can buy, they're like frozen and they are little smiley faces.
Oh, wow.
They used to serve them in high school to us all the time.
Wow.
Trying to like make us happy or something.
I did not. Yeah, I'll be playing with this, so you'll see it update as well. But if you want to add whatever glow to it, or Jeremy says it's the Fry Kids. Does that sound right?
Is that what it's called?
Maybe that is.
I don't know, but it's so
okay,
funny.
Jeremy, I love it. Jeremy's great ideas, man. Make it glow, give it a little transparency. I would love to see it if it was semi-transparent, and then maybe it's distorting the background. When you see through it, it's like, it's like distorting that background. We can do it all.
All right, yeah, I'm like, oh man,
and you're like, oh, it's stressful. What did I get myself into?
I know.
like, why did we open this up to everybody?
Can we just sit here and talk about it and not actually do it? All right, so let's see. How should we make this glow? Do we want to paint it, or do we want to add, like, kind of, maybe we do a little bit of what we started to do yesterday in the blending options.
Hello, Christy. Hello, and happy birthday to Photoshop.
All right, so I'm just adding an outer glow here and kind of playing around with this. Not really sure exactly what I want to do yet, but we're gonna start to get really, really kind of crazy with this.
Into it. And again, just playing with it, and seeing what's working for us. Hello, Wade. Good to have you here as well. Jan Eric is being sarcastic. He's like, if Adobe only had an app that specializes in quick, easy 3D rendering. He's talking about Adobe Dimension, which I just opened. I get it. I'll work on it, buddy. The issue is like, honestly, like, currently Dimension doesn't make 3D, so I had to use Photoshop.
Right.
But now that it's made, I can actually. I think that's actually what I might do. Okay. I might even give you some renders, maybe.
Okay, let's play with that,
because we'll get all that cool lighting. In fact, this is can you do this for me?
Yeah.
Do it. Click OK. Drag that background into that CC library, because I want it. Because like if I want it to reflect the surroundings, I'm going to use that as the reflective material.
All right, did that.
Yeah, it should do it.
There we go.
There we go. Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, and I think, a thing to note is, of course, Dimension is going to obviously be better for making 3D objects and making them look more realistic, but this is also a stream about Photoshop, and, we want to show you guys that there's so many possibilities within Photoshop that you may forget about. Like, I don't use 3D at all, and look at in, a couple minutes, we just created this weird ghost guy in 3D, so.
Yeah. Into it. Yeah. Simple extrusion, that's typically, like, kind of what you want to do, and yeah.
So I just want to go back to this glow, and I was kind of showing you guys this yesterday, that you can use you can add multiple drop shadows and actually create the glow from the drop shadow. Instead of using drop shadow in the traditional sense as being a shadow, now we're going to use it as a glow. And I find that's like a really great way to do it, because you can make multiple copies of it, whereas with outer glow you can't.
Yeah, into it.
Let's see, I'm just playing here.
Yeah, play away. Good to have you here, Katie. Hello. Clever Devlin. A good ghost. Green would be nice. There's no green in the scene, but that doesn't mean we can't introduce it.
Although I think you and I are both allergic to green.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we. That's looking good. By the way, look at this. By the way,
ooh,
like how easy. Let me just undo this. So real fast, just a shout out. Is that okay? I don't mean to.
No, that's fine.
We have less than a minute before we do chat and win. But I just imported this into Dimension, thanks to Jan Erik. So it already looks like much better.
Oh yeah.
By the way, it just looks, it's popping. Lights are making it pop. But also jumping into starter assets, grabbing something like gelatin, because that's kind of what was requested as well, like something that's kind of, maybe more reflective and will be transparent, dropping that on, and you can obviously see it reflecting the lights. And from there, I can add more lights. So I can jump in here, add sort of like, multiple lights in here, and switch it up accordingly. I can add, I probably want to add a circle light. So if I drop that in, you can see right up here, added more light, and I can control that as well. So right in here, start to play with like that rotation, making sure the light's coming from the right, sort of like the right angle, that sort of thing. So anyways, just
so what if we made it, before you switch back, what if we made it where the light was coming up underneath the ghost, because that's what we have in our image, and then maybe a little, I don't know, can you do like a bit of a backlight at all to it, or?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah,
so
I will work on that. That's great. That's a great idea. Like already, it's going to be kind of hard to. That's why I like Photoshop's lights. You could physically see kind of like the light and move it around.
Yeah, that's
Here
true.
I'm kind of playing with some knobs, hoping that it's. But again, we're gonna. The point is we probably need to have maybe a little more shadow up here and not down here, based on your. Good call.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, this is also a good call. Chat and win.
Chat and win.
What? Say something in chat. Welcome back, everyone. Good to see you. Yeah, it's chat and win, so just say something in chat, like, wait, what? Or something in chat. Perfect.
Stickies. Gelatin.
Alberto did it perfect, because he literally typed in
something in chat. Love it.
And we'll draw a name at random. And you will win 100 stickers from the Sticker Mule.
Awesome.
It's not really random. It's like whoever compliments Paco on his hair. Like whoever compliments Paco the most with the most flattering compliment, because he is really chat and win.
They're like, who's Paco?
Yeah, he's the mastermind. He's like, puppet master. He's the one pulling the strings around here.
Yep, he's over there making sure. All right, we got a winner.
Charge. Christy, thank you for being nice to Paco, which is why he pulled your name, because you're a kind person, I'm hoping. Christy Hepworth, 100 stickers.
Congratulations. We'll do our little shoulder dance.
What? Oh, yeah. Sticker mule. As many stickers. I don't know, not as many, but 100 stickers to print up. Yeah, they could be fun little ghosts. Also, everybody gets a discount. You get 10 stickers for $1. So, yeah,
Love it.
Have fun with that. Should be pretty cool. So yes, Kara, Paco does rule. Daniel, his hair is amazing.
I know Paco's
I
getting
think it is.
blown up
We
over
actually
here.
don't even see him over the monitor over there. I don't know if I've seen. Oh, it is looking good.
Oh yeah.
His biggest concern is with the headphones, it messing with his hair. His already gorgeous hair, that's the biggest problem he has in a day.
Oh man.
Don't mess with the guy's hair.
So great.
He's too good looking to be off camera.
It's like people are like,
enough.
what are we talking about?
Enough already.
All right, so back to some Photoshop here. We got our drop shadows that I'm working on, and I am just adding some glow here. So we're gonna actually then, I guess, drop in our new ghost, which is gelatin, unless we don't want to do gelatin. But
Yeah, no, that's good. I will probably like render it, so this will be really fun because it's gonna render a PSD.
Ooh.
That you'll then open, and you get to like have all sorts of fun control. But I think we'll be able to control like what we see through it.
Okay.
Which will be kind of nice. But yeah, you're gonna get some things.
Cool. I'm excited. All right, so I'm just gonna exit out of that. So I started adding a little bit of glow here. We have some little, burst happening to our ghost, but it definitely is looking weird with the texture and everything. So I think our new ghost is gonna look really good, but we might as well keep playing with this one. And what we really need to do to him is add a lot of brightness, I think. I think yours is gonna look a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. But it's good that you're playing with this because essentially you're kind of working with a placeholder one.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
that's what I call things that I make that suck. It's the placeholder because it kind of compared to this new one.
Yeah,
it's
that's
gonna
good.
be
And then
pretty
everyone's
nice.
gonna be like, you guys should have started in Dimension to begin with.
Well, and again, we had to make it in Photoshop and then render it out and bring it back into Photoshop.
Yeah.
It's a full workflow.
So I'm just playing with curves here, and I added an adjustment layer. As you guys know from
Oh wow!
previous streams, I love curves. And yeah, I feel like that looks so much better already. This is before, and then this is after. It's like now
Finally
it's,
seeing like more depth in it.
yeah, and we can even start to kind of mask that out, even if we just, want to bring our flow down and maybe kind of like darken things on the inside. Maybe he's just like glowing from the outside. I think, that looks weird. But
I like the idea of giving, maybe it's even softer than that, but does it need a little bit of variation? I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm guessing.
yeah. So then maybe we want to like just kind of paint around this guy because he does need to have a bit more kind of fuzzy glow coming from the outside and not to be, not to just have this hard edge. So I just sampled the color in here, and then I'm going to go in and just start to paint around him a little.
Have a good time. Lisa has to step out for yoga, but she's going to watch the replay.
Oh, cool. I should do yoga today. Do something good with my
We
life.
probably need to do a lot of self-care today, I think. But I also want to welcome back Lisa. Lisa, welcome back as you're watching the replay.
Yeah.
This is assumed. Hey, welcome back. I know
Hey,
you're
welcome
watching
back.
the replay now, and yeah, hopefully yoga was good. You're all, I don't know.
Yeah.
It did for you what it needed to. So welcome back.
I like someone said they want to eat the ghost. I feel the exact
Yeah.
same way. Like it looks like it's edible, especially the gelatin one Paul's looking or working on. Wait until you guys see that.
Into it.
So I'm just playing with some different blending modes here. We can kind of scroll through these and see what's gonna happen. So here's normal.
I love it. I love everything that's happening here.
Ooh, okay, this is the first instance that I've actually kind of like dissolve.
Okay. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm loving. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I love that screen. Yeah. What do you guys think? That looks good. Like it's so again, the one I gave it was boring, but it's popping now.
I think that the screen mode looks good.
Because I really like how it's like lighter and then gets a little bit darker. So how it's affecting almost like the inside of the image.
I agree. So we can kind of start to paint even more around him, so we start to get some depth happening.
Yeah. Sam's wondering if you have a favorite blend mode.
Yeah, definitely screen for sure.
Okay.
Although
I like screen.
I like overlay too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But lately, I've been really into color dodge too, because you can paint glow with that, which we'll do as soon as we get our new ghost. Once it's no longer a placeholder, we'll play with some color dodge as well and starting to paint that glow.
That sounds good.
This is just like cracking me up. This whole image.
It actually, yeah, it's pretty cool. I love the idea of it's somewhat interesting. It is interesting now. It's almost too straightforward, seeing as we only have one.
Yeah.
So ultimately, if I rendered out a couple, and you had a couple that were different colors, so you have your primary one, you have another one at a different, and you have three of them.
Yeah,
and
like they're kind of
colors.
floating around you.
Yeah,
let's
kind
do
of
that.
all kind of coming out.
I like that idea. Let's do that.
Okay. Into it.
And then we can play with this image that we have too. And I just want to show you guys, I can just drop this ghost in. And even if we go edit, transform, flip horizontal, and we get him facing me, and look at that.
Yeah.
Now I have this little pal in here with me too.
Mm-hmm.
So we could even kind of combine everything. Wow, look at the background here. Let's cover the Playboy.
Oh, oops.
So funny. All right, so let's brighten this guy up again.
And thanks so much for joining us. If you are new here, it's Photoshop's birthday this week, and yeah, we've been celebrating this week.
Yeah.
And I'm here with Anna McNaught, Anna McNaughty on Instagram if you want to check her out. Also in the info tab, that other side, that direction. If you wanna.
Yeah, and we're just having some fun today. We decided, day 3, we wanted to kind of do something a bit different. And maybe you guys have seen my streams before where we've gotten really into some like dreamy pictures and stuff. And today we're like, let's just play, let's have fun. And I think that was kind of the theme of this week too, talking to Magdiel. Like, he's really great at just playing in Photoshop. And I think that opens up so many possibilities, and things that you forget can look really, really good.
Yeah. I agree.
All right, so I'm just gonna add a layer here, and I'm going to put it into color dodge. And then what you wanna do anytime you're trying to paint glow, I've talked about this a little bit, but you wanna double click it, go into the blending options, and then turn off transparency shapes layers. And that will allow you to paint glow. So let's just go ahead over here and let me show you guys the difference. So look at that. Now we're starting to get that ghost to really glow.
I love that. I love that tip, by the way. The transparency shapes image.
Yeah, it's such a huge thing because I used to be like, everyone's using color dodge for glow and it's not working for me. And so I was putting it over black, and that didn't really work either. Or that worked, but then I was like, there has to be an easier way. And that's when I found that little checkbox. Ooh, we got the gelatin ghost showing up.
Actually, and by the way, I'm saving. It's being saved now, but I just updated the current one. So
okay.
This ghost actually, as long as you didn't, yeah, it's okay. So right in there. So it has that little like warning. So let's save this. So exit out of this, like close the file. And then right click on that name, because basically it has a warning, so there's some issue there. And see if there's like update modified content.
Where is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, or all modified. It really doesn't matter. So let's see if that fixes it. So now we don't have that warning. Did it change it?
I don't know. Should it be the gelatin guy now?
Yeah, should look like...
Unless we have to add in the render. Let's see, because here's...
Yeah, and still, I'm not even happy with that one. I still need to work on it some more.
Yeah, because now, now we have, it has
opaque.
like no eyes.
Yeah.
You can't really see anything.
Yeah, that one has some issues. So let me continue to work on that.
Okay. I'm almost wondering, do we want him to be fully 3D too? Like, what if I just want to kind of play with this idea too,
Okay, good idea.
I'm going to come into Safari because I'm ancient and still use Safari.
Yeah.
Pacman Ghost. And let's just see what we can find here. So what if we just use like a little PNG? Let's just drag this into Photoshop. Oh, it's not even a real PNG. Probably got to download it. All right.
I like your whole thought though. Like, is it? I think it should have some depth, but it needs to be much more shallow.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because we can see here, like now this little ghost is blending in with the background. So we can go and change his color, add a little hue saturation adjustment, make sure it's clipped. And then look at that. Ooh, the green ghost is really cool too.
Oh yeah.
Even though we have an orange light coming from over here. So you want to pay attention to whatever color that light is. So I just want to show you guys while Paul is working on his 3D object here, that even using a 2D object could be kind of cool. So I'm going to make him smaller, and we should realistically be using a smart object here because we're sizing things, but we're just doing this quickly until we get our actual little guy. And I'm going to just duplicate these and put them into a folder.
Oh, yeah.
And then we want to clip the hue and saturation to the folder. So then you can have a whole bunch of different objects in one folder and have that adjustment layer apply to all of them. So I'm just gonna make a whole bunch here. Change some sizes. And maybe we need to make the eyes white or something. It's not really standing out. We're just having fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like what you have.
Yes, someone said, did you make sure, did you say to make transparency layer setting is turned on or turned off? You want to make sure it's turned off. So when you're in your color dodge setting, and you just double click on it and then make sure it's turned off. And that will help you create glow.
Cool. And just to remind everybody, we're going to be giving some design feedback in about 45 minutes for the Daily Creative Challenge, which is all about using the symmetry brush and making a thank you card. But yeah, super cool what Kathleen did earlier.
Yeah. All right, let's brighten these guys too. So I'm just gonna add this to affect the whole folder, and I take that back. I don't think we're gonna do that. We could, because they're flat, because curves was affecting our 3D object because it had some more dimension to it, it had the areas to affect it. We don't really need to do that with these 2D objects. Trash that, okay. So now I'm going to just add a layer underneath these guys. And let's paint a little glow. Ooh, I'm liking that.
Oh, good, good.
Should we show that?
Yeah, we
Show
can.
your process a little?
I mean, I changed it, so you can see it right here. Again, it actually has a gelatin look. We could actually make it solid. We can throw, this is one thing I'd advise people to do. Sometimes you'll drop something onto a surface. It's actually easier to drop it on that layer. That way we know it gets applied to everything. But obviously this is a transparent one, but I'd try out basically some different, that's, again, not what we're going for, but definitely shows off what we're trying to do. Because if you want them opaque, This is a metal color. We could always modify that by selecting that texture. Right in here, we could take down that. It doesn't need to have any roughness, but we could see a lot of this pattern. There's a pattern in there, right? So I'm just kind of modifying that accordingly. In fact, I might even make this, might even dial this in myself, like so. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, you could really see. So it's actually reflecting a light. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. I'm going to be playing with this for a little bit.
I know.
But I do like some of these like highlights that are being added, so
I'm just going to be over here trying to figure out what I'm doing.
Such is life.
I know.
Oh, life.
All right.
There we go. Perfect.
I found a new ghost. I decided I didn't like my ghost, so we're not really getting much done here, but...
No, you're good.
All right, so I'm just changing the hue of this guy. We want to make him kind of like orangey. Maybe we'll do the colorize trick that we talked about yesterday so that it's not changing everything and kind of giving us like a nice solid color.
Do you want my guy to be... I want him to be like transparent, like this looks kind of cool. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I like that.
All right.
And can you add glow in Blender at all, or no? Like, can he have something coming off of him?
In Dimension, yeah.
Someone said there's a lot of floating eyeballs everywhere. Yeah, you're right. I totally didn't delete that layer. All right. Now we're good. Now we're back on track. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we're going to make this pop.
Let's see. We're going to make...
Cut out section of the image background and use it as environment. No one will know. Yeah, so that's a good call. Yeah. My environment actually is your photo, by the way, in making this 3D.
Yeah, I think that's an important thing.
Ah, there it is. Found it. Took me a second. Let me just show you guys this real fast as you work on that. Exactly what Arbor's talking about. So right in here, it took me a second, but if I go to this like environment light, this is actually what's being reflected right here. So I was actually looking for this earlier. But what I can do in here is go to my libraries. Here's the image that I want to use, drop that right there, and now this will get reflected. We'll really see this change in a second. Actually, not a whole lot, but if I start moving this light around, you might be able to, basically that's what's being reflective, is its actual environment.
Cool.
Yeah. Like that. You get the idea. Cool. Switch it back to you. We're busy working. Anita, how are you doing? How's everybody doing this fine Thursday? It's kind of like our Friday.
Yeah.
This is our last day.
Yeah, we're a bit tired today.
Yeah, we are. We are a bit tired today.
And we both have to fly out after this,
Yeah,
so we're just playing.
We're drinking Pedialyte.
You're not supposed to tell anyone.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't even know what we don't even know what it is. We're just drinking it because I think it's healthy. But you know,
it tastes pretty good. I have a strawberry one and Paul's grape, so
yeah. It's really good. It's pretty good. It's so much better than Emergency, if you ask me.
I agree. So
Emergency is almost too intense.
Yeah. Someone suggested that they're coming out of the machine, and I really love that idea. I feel like, I want to kind of make them coming out from this glow source down here so that they're like emerging from this, being born or something, and then they're floating through the air, Paul's seeing them, and then they're coming across the screen and going into this other game.
Okay.
So, kind of like this what do you call it, like AI world of where these little guys are coming to life.
Yeah. This will be interesting. Right now they're all one color. How are you going to, make some of them brighter that are closer to the light?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and I almost feel like I might want to remove this hue and saturation and apply it maybe separately so that we can make them like different colors and different, make each one have its own personality.
And you could, and something I, obviously have learned from you this week, applying an adjustment layer on top of that whole layer folder, and maybe it's like levels or curves or something, so that controls the brightness. Yep. So each one is individual colors, but you paint. Ooh, yeah. It's brighter down here, and
Good idea.
I
love that.
Me to tell you. I'm basically telling you what you've shown. Hey, Anna, I have a good idea. You should let me tell you how to do this.
Oh, I love it. That's perfect. All right, let's see. I'm gonna actually do that now. That's a good idea. Let's play with that. Let's add this to clip to the folder. Someone said the little ghost should be coming out of your mouth. I kind of like that idea too. And I'm just bringing this curve so it's like almost white or pretty close to white. And then, let's see, I'm going to add some hue and saturation back in, and let's just color that whole folder again. We're kind of jumping all around here, changing our mind on things, but that's the beauty of Photoshop and the beauty of working non-destructively, is that you can always just kind of, keep coming back in and tweaking things and making it really cool.
Into it. I'm going to be giving you some new ghosts just for fun.
I'm so excited. I don't like these flat ghosts.
Yeah, I think I'm slowly getting all of that kind of like dialed in, by the way.
Although, what I'm thinking about is the fact that your 3D rendering is all smooth, and I think what makes these guys who they are is that they have the pixelated edge. Now I'm going to throw a whole wrench in the game here.
That's so true.
I just ruined Paul's day.
I'm like, where's my... Give me another Pedialyte. I need another Pedialyte if I'm going to be able to survive this. Just kidding. But no, I love it. And actually, I can edit that. As you know, try to put something over on me. Not a problem over here. Not a problem. So...
Can we do that?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, we could do it. But then I don't do it.
I know, you're
just
like,
joking.
I'll just sit
I will
here.
do it.
Okay, so now what I'm doing is what Paul was talking about, where you can paint on your adjustment layers. I'm sure you guys know that, but this is really cool for even using 2D objects. We can kind of start to give that a little bit more dimension and kind of shape this guy. And eventually we're gonna add the glow to them so they don't look so flat and boring. So I'm just kind of basing this off of the fact that if we had this light glowing from down here, and maybe, a bit like that.
Yeah, I like it. I'm really into this.
So you can see they're starting to get some shape to them. So now I just want to go underneath here and add a layer underneath our ghosts, and then start to add some rim light to them. So let's just paint with kind of like an orangey color so we can start to, or even yellow. Let's see. I guess we kind of want it to match the light. So you can see here we have the white in the center, the yellow, and then the orange. And this is what happens with natural light, and exactly how you want to paint your fake glow in Photoshop is thinking about that center being the lightest part and then the outer edge being kind of like a darker color. So So let's just change this to color dodge.
I really like those. I thought this, like the 3D was the way to go, but I really like what you're doing there with just painting it.
Yeah, they're kind of fun.
Anyone else played retro Pac-Man? Yeah, we played Pac-Man last night, actually.
Yeah, and I lost like every time.
Yeah. Big shout out to Meg DL, was probably the big winner.
Yep.
He was crushing it there for a bit.
Yep.
But it was actually 4-way Pac-Man, so there was like all 4 of us were able to play.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome.
So you can actually add the outer glow with the blending styles into an entire group, like trying to speak and word that properly. So let's see. I'm gonna lower the spread on this, the size. Let's see. That's starting to look pretty cool though. Let's see, add a bit more. And now I'm adding that yellow in. So you can see here I did orange, and then here I'm gonna do yellow. What happened?
Yeah, that's looking really good.
It was looking good. It disappeared.
Oh, I'm sorry. I looked up. It's looking. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Andrew, what's up, buddy? Good to see you here. He's going to be doing the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge today at 2 p.m.
Oh, cool. He has the fun little like nature walk in the beginning, right?
Yep.
I love it.
He does. It's like safari. It is fun. So this will be really cool. I'm gonna be matching, like I'm doing exactly
that's looking
what
good. Yes.
you said.
This is awesome.
It's like before and after. We are making such good progress. Like slowly, but we're making some good progress.
I feel like we're just like in our little work zones here. Like,
yeah, we are. But this is a good, like, here was before, and everybody's like, I wanted Haribo ghosts or whatever, Pac-Man, you know, it's like candy. It looks like candy. And then we kind of, based on my art director here, she's like, you know what, make those look pixelated. So it's going to have a shallow depth, but I think this depth is pretty important, and we should be able to drop those in.
I agree.
Into yours.
Yeah,
again,
I think
just
that's
getting the angle right.
Yeah, it's looking much better. I think having the pixelation on the edges like gives it that very original, the OG look.
And I'll put the eyes in there, obviously. Like the eyes need to be matched.
Oh yeah, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, we need the white eyes with the black centers, I think would be great.
Okay.
Paul works for me now,
good.
so.
I do, right? You got a boss. I'm on a boss.
Love it. Okay, so I'm not really feeling the way these guys are looking right now. I really want them to be like super bright. So let's just kind of keep tweaking that. And play with color balance a little maybe, and clip that. Even starting to look pretty cool in the background. You know, we can play with the background and kind of separate it from our ghosts. So I said I need the ghost to come out of his mouth, or have Pac-Man come out of his mouth eating the white dots.
I know.
I love that.
I have such a silly look on my face.
I know you're like, You can put them in your mouth.
Oh, there we go.
It's perfect. All right.
How is everyone doing today?
We're just like silently working over here.
Yeah. I'm like, how you guys doing? Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, have fun while we work.
How's everyone doing?
Let's see. I'm gonna add, you know, maybe, I guess I'll wait till you're done. I'm like, I don't want to go too crazy with these ghosts because then Paul's going to give me his ghost and then I won't know what to do.
Well, and I'm trying to get these just dialed in just right.
I'm going to add a layer and put it in color dodge and then again, double click that, turn off transparency shapes layers, and we'll just start to paint some more glow. Okay, now we're starting to get this to look better. So let's go around the edge of our ghost and give him some build here.
I have so much going on in my files, I'm just saying. It's looking kind of crazy. Oh yeah, it's looking good. And that file is called Ghostface Killer.
Oh, good.
Is that what? No, I haven't updated it yet. But I think that's the name of the file that you're. Oh, you're actually not even using it just yet. I see why you're saying you don't want to do too much. Okay, perfect.
Okay, here's the old one. That is terrifying looking. I'm just gonna trash that. Okay. So we can start to kind of create even some more glow on Paul's face here. So you can see we can come in here and it starts to get a bit weird because there's so much happening in terms of like the different colors in the photo, and then also because this isn't a raw image, that doesn't really help. So, but we can start to kind of paint like that forehead glow if this ghost was coming over and casting the light onto his face. So I'm just painting and really like playing with this and making it look like a mess.
No, you're doing fine. That's looking good.
Maybe this needs to be behind the ghost too. Let's go back and add another rim light and put that in color dodge, and let's see. I'm just painting.
I got a little bit of it. I mean, you know.
Someone said, is he burping up ghosts? I go away for a few minutes
really
and
good.
he'll spew. Well, people were saying they wanted the ghosts to be coming out of his mouth. It is kind of strange, but...
I should be, like, eating them, like
Yeah.
I'm Pacman.
Yeah. Maybe we can turn you into Pacman.
Yeah. I like this so far. Like, I think I did a lot of work on this, like, making this a little bit 3D, but I honestly don't even know if it's going to add that much. I think this actually is looking really good.
It's looking a bit crazy, but...
It's actually, like, it's totally good. I would say, honestly, yeah, it's great. I would say, like, I guess the next step for this is, and you probably are waiting on my file, which is syncing, is making them maybe a little bit different, like different colors.
Yeah. I want to do that with yours before we start going into too much on these guys, because they're just my temp guys.
Well, I do have this update. Here's this, ghost face updated, right?
That looks awesome. So much better than the original. I think that was a good art direction call on my part.
It totally was. And honestly, I could even give these eyeballs like depth, because they're actually not 3D. They're just mapped on there.
I kind of like that though. I think that's good because we want him to look like cartoony and not too
realistic.
Yeah.
And okay, cool.
Like he should be a flat character that came out of the game that is 3D, but he doesn't have to, have like bulging eyes or anything.
Okay, so there's one called Ghost Face. I'll get rid of some of these others, but we're actually just sharing this CC library, and it's syncing right now. So I'll make a couple of them. So here's one. Here's a second one. which I'm going to change the color of.
Cool. Also, by the way, fun fact, totally random, just thought of this. If you put your finger in your ear and scratch, it sounds like Pac-Man. It's like wacko, 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 wacko.
Does it really?
Yeah, it really does. You guys should try it on the chat. Let me know how it goes. It's like...
You are... Like, where did you come up with this stuff?
I read that online somewhere. I didn't make that up.
That is so silly. That's funny.
Someone said give the side profile a different color. I really like, that's a cool idea.
Okay.
So it's almost like his core. So you could have the core be pink, and then we can play with like the dual glow.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you're saying like make this a, I mean, I think it can. Yeah, whatever. Like.
Or is that weird?
Yeah, let us know. Should it be black? Yeah. I like it just having some depth.
Look, the chat is agreeing that the sound in the ear sounds like Pac-Man.
Really?
So glad I'm not the only one.
Corey's like, that's crazy. It's so crazy. It's so silly. 2. Here's another one. You're gonna have all these ghosts.
So excited.
Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, this one, what color should I make? We probably need like a green one.
Oh yeah, let's make them all different colors, right? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's what
let's
they're all like different colors and at slightly like different angles.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, let's do green, blue, pink, orange.
Yeah, maybe I need a blue one. Okay.
So are you doing this in Photoshop and not Dimension anymore?
Yeah, currently
okay.
I'm just doing it in Photoshop. It's just going to be a lot faster. I can change the angle, and since this, of course, is a Photoshop stream, thought I'd... Even though Jan Erik was like, use Dimension. He got mad at me.
I know.
I'm sorry, buddy. Okay, so there it is. There are 3, and I'll like modify their angles. They should update, but just if you bring those in, there's just ghost, and ghost, and I can
awesome
easily change their names too, but you'll see the different colors there. And hopefully they... Again, they're 3D files. Might take a second to sync. And sometimes you won't get the preview. Keep in mind it is a 3D object, so maybe that's the whole situation.
Oh, yeah, I wonder.
But if you just drag it in, and I'll switch over to you. Just drop it in. So it is there. So that's good.
Obsessed. So much better. I love that.
Yeah.
Wait, I already got that guy.
Yeah, sorry they're not. I should have named them.
Wait, why are they all the same color?
Oh, shoot.
Oh, I'm still updating. There's pink. You guys liking the new 3D Pac-Man? I feel like they look so much better than my little flat one.
I hope I don't... We're really pushing CC libraries to their limit as well, because I'm like renaming the files like as you're using them.
I know, and I'm like, oh yeah.
And...
This is like a great lesson though in the CC libraries, because I never ever use them, and this is so awesome.
Okay, yeah, good. So pink, yellow, and then it should say green in a second.
Yep, I got the green one.
Then I'll make a blue one.
Yeah, and purple, no, orange.
There should be like a yellowish one, but yeah, I can make. I'll make as many as I can with as many different angles. So you have all of the options you need.
Good. Yeah, get to work.
Get to work. Just do your job. Get your job done, employee.
Can you make one similar to the green angle where he's kind of like coming up?
Oh yeah.
I'm working all the way out here and I'm leaning into my computer screen,
funny.
forgetting that I can zoom in.
Yeah, I could do that.
All right, love this pink guy. Let's put one here. And so if you guys tuned out and are tuning back in or tuning in for the first time, we're adding these 3D Pacman now that Paul just made. They look much better than the 2D one, and they're also like super fun and creative. So I think this will give us a really awesome look, and then we can play with different colors of glow on these as well. I don't like that guy.
I'm gonna reduce the reduce the angle, and I'm still playing with him. But there's a blue one in there. Probably need maybe I can drop in a. It looks like you're. Yeah, those are looking pretty good.
Yeah, I think I need a couple more, like one down in here.
Okay.
And maybe he's like kind of angled like the green guy and coming like out of the light.
Okay, like, what do you, like, you're viewing him from the top, or what do you want to?
No, like angled similar to how the green one is. So just, you know, not angled down, like so he's angled kind of up, like he's coming out of it, you know. I guess just keep the same angle as the green one, but make him orange or yellow, like bright yellow.
Okay.
I'm so demanding.
So, no, you're fine. Like, so I'm rotating him around now, by the way. So you want him like this or like this?
Other way, facing up.
Oh, like that?
But down a little bit. And
I have a pretty extreme angle on him. That's why we're not seeing a lot of the bottom. It means going in and changing this view. I could do orthographic too.
What's that mean?
It means it's not gonna have it's gonna have less sort of perspective. So now you see more of the sides.
Yeah, I like that. That's perfect.
Okay, so let's do that.
Steve says, "Hey, there's my green idea from an hour ago." Yes, you're right. This lime green is pretty attractive. I do like that.
All right.
Joseph asks, "Can Anna rotate the library images?" I don't know. I guess I can.
Oh yeah, you can. I mean, you're not able to control the bottom or the sides. I mean, technically you can.
Okay.
I'm doing the, but then I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah.
If you're doing everything.
That's
true.
true.
You can actually do that stuff. There, that looks better.
Okay.
Does that look better?
Yeah, I like that guy. That's perfect. Can you make me one of those in blue and one in yellow?
Okay.
And then I saw someone said to animate them. I think that'd be really fun to have them kind of stamping across the screen. So we could do that in timeline and maybe play with that before.
And technically, you can animate them the 3D elements. So you could have them move and actually rotate up, all in Photoshop.
That's awesome. I don't know how to do that, but maybe we can take a look at that.
Yeah, I can show you how.
Okay, so I can flip this guy. Let's put him up here. And while Paul is working on my little yellow ghost, let's start to add some stuff to these. Okay, let's see, our big pink one. Let's go to the pink one, add a layer on top of it, sample that color, and then let's start to kind of paint and give it a bit of a halo. And so I'm just painting with normal right now to see how that looks, and then we can kind of scroll through the blend modes.
There we go, you.
Ah!
Oh, wow. Oh, yay. Mindy, this is really exciting. If you could read that comment.
Yes. Mindy says, can you give a shout out to my 10th graders in Hershey, PA? Cool. Of course I can. I'm from Pennsylvania, so shout out to you guys in Hershey, Pennsylvania, learning Photoshop. That's incredible. I learned Photoshop in high school as well, and it changed my life. So hopefully it changes yours as well, and maybe you guys will be here.
Yeah, by all
hanging
means.
Out with us.
That'd be awesome. So welcome, Miss Harmon's class.
Yes.
I guess. Super cool.
Ooh. Look.
Yeah, that's getting fun.
Again, first time Dissolve has ever looked kind of cool, but I don't know. I know yesterday you guys were talking about like having particle
dispersion.
Yeah. So, you know, playing with this a little bit is kind of interesting. Let's see.
Yeah, by all means. And speaking of like Miss Harmon's class, like you guys could submit any of your designs. That's what the Design Feedback Countdown's all about. It's the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge that Kathleen talked about. So if you want to keep the conversation going,
yeah,
that's looking good. And again, like get those painted. You got plenty to do. But yeah, we could talk about like, you know. Yeah, even if it needs like particles or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a thought, but first of all, we need to get these all squared away. Yeah. What's nice is once these are squared away, like you have a number of photos, which is nice.
We can drop
once
them.
We have these assets squared away.
Totally. How's that guy coming?
Pretty good. He should be synced.
All right.
Right here. So again, we're just using CC libraries, just FYI. I could probably share this with everybody. But yeah.
There he is. Perfect.
Oh, you have him? Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What do I want to do?
Good high note. Jonathan, yeah, we don't have a PSD template that we can, like, we weren't planning on giving any out. But you could always ask Anna or myself on social media later, and we can see what we can do.
Yeah, for sure. If any of you guys want this, we can chat.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now I added...
That's what I'm into.
Just adding a little bit of color behind him, and then we'll add a little bit of color in front.
Yeah, that's what it needs, because like my render, it's so flat, and there needs to be, you know, it needs to go from light to dark like you were doing earlier. It was looking so good.
Yeah. And so, why am I like obsessed with Dissolve today? What's wrong with me?
You are into it. And what's cool about, I really like Dissolve. I think Look, Dissolve is a case where you would want some of that, but not all of it.
Yeah, for sure. Like if we could do another layer, and then we could come in and just like very, you know, tiny bit paint, maybe like, let's say the edge, like a couple of the edges.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then do Dissolve on that. So if we zoom in here, that's pretty cool because it almost looks like he's starting to, what happened?
Oh, nothing.
Oh. It almost looks like he's starting to kind of dissolve and separate from his...
Yeah, I like this, just gives it a little bit more character to our character.
So maybe, like, and maybe even it just coming out the top, you know, I can erase this over here.
Yeah, well, what I like about it is that's like it's kind of random.
Yeah.
It's not really broken glass, but it's like, it's, you know, I don't know whether it's like pixel based, but it's the fact that it's random, and I mean, we're already dealing with something kind of crazy here.
Like, I think that's kind of cool. It looks like he's kind of blasting out the top.
Mm-hmm.
Fun stuff. I like that.
Yeah, I'm into that. This is better than, I know I did give you some brushes, but...
Oh yeah.
They might be too lens flary.
could try
That's
it.
my
Let's
only
see.
thought.
I'm just gonna make a new layer on top of everything here. And go down.
Oh, you got some nice ones. So yeah, new layer, just like pick one of those. They might be pretty large. Yeah, look at that's 40. Yeah, I don't know why they're that big, but yeah, about like halfway. And then looks like you, yeah.
Can you, oh,
What?
I'm low flow. That's why.
I always do that.
Ooh. Let's see.
So, like, you know, who knows if it needs it or not. It might not be adding anything.
And then we can always rotate that too. So love that little thing that you can rotate a brush. If you guys didn't know that, that's a game changer.
And by the way, actually on your canvas, and this is brand new, with your brush selected, hit the arrow keys, like left and right.
Ooh.
That's like brand new, so that'll rotate your brush.
Oh my God, that's so nice. I love that.
Try holding down shift and then the arrow and see if it does it by larger.
Okay. Let's see, shift, arrow.
Yes, because you would want to drastically.
Awesome.
So, yeah. Hello, Richard from India. Good to have you here. Steve mentions if we did a 15% black stroke on the front layer of the ghost. Yeah, I like that too. That'd be good. You know, it's like if it has like just basically a black outline. You don't like have to do that. I could actually be the one that. So I could try that actually, and it would update that. But yeah, I like how it's looking. I think I would keep it as is.
Awesome. Okay. Let's actually add some blending options in here and play with some outer glow on our pink eye. Let me see. Is this showing up here? Oh.
It is Photoshop's birthday. It's 30. That's all I have to say. It's not in his 20s anymore. You know, when it was in his 20s, he can go out and party all night. You know, hits 30. It's like takes a toll.
Yeah.
Takes a toll on Photoshop. It's like, whoa.
Oh man, that's gonna be.
But
me.
we're talking about Photoshop, not us.
Yeah. Although I'm turning 30 this year, it's gonna be pretty fun turning into an adult.
Yeah, that's a big move. I think you know, I don't know if how you're feeling about it.
I'm kind of scared.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. You know, in your 30s, everything hopefully starts to become legit. Like, you know, through your 20s, you're just learning and playing around with your life, and then in your 30s, you're like, all right, starting to get it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Definitely. I think it's like you have a better perspective on things when you hit your 30s. When you're in your 20s, you're all about your career. And that's like, at least for me, that's like all that mattered. It's like career, building a life. Like from year to year in your 20s, things change a lot. 30s, things luckily slow down. And you just like appreciate people and have a different perspective on things. But what do I know?
So true. All right, so I'm just playing with a little bit of outer glow on our pink guy here. And then I think I want to start to do that with some of the others.
Cool. Alberto just turned 30. Best years of your life.
So these are starting to look pretty cool now with their little glow around them.
And yeah, there we go.
Let's see. Okay, so I want this one to be screen. Then I'm gonna add a drop shadow as linear light. Make that, let's see. There we go.
Oh.
So he's kind of disappearing a little. We don't want that to happen, but
I like it. I think, yeah, I think it's looking good.
yeah, what are your thoughts?
I think it's looking good. It definitely needs a glow. It needs exactly what you're talking about. I think personally, the eyes of that one are too dark. If you look around it, the darkest color is not as dark as those eyes. So I need to actually update. I'm just going to update that blue one and try to fix that a little bit if I could, which is nice.
Okay.
But I like that. I would give them all glows. Like this one, of course, is like definitely has some issues.
Yeah.
But I know you haven't started working on them, so I will be quiet. I will say that the coolest thing I've seen you do in the past like couple minutes is the whole dissolve those pixels. That
I know. I really, really am enjoying that.
And that's like one of the touch-ups after you get them all like glowing and stuff. That's like might be like the next phase is adding some of that fun stuff.
Let's see.
Kathleen likes how the blue little guy's looking to the left. I agree. I like that little like side eye.
Yeah.
The blue guy's doing.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I don't know if this is right. It's like looking at his buddies, wondering like, are we going into Paul's mouth or where are we headed? Oh, we got some bevel and emboss. Didn't want that. Okay, so quickly, let's just get through adding all of our glow.
Yeah, Kathleen, we went to a place called the Detour last night. That was the barcade. It's on Market, like maybe 15th and Market, San Francisco. Yeah, so the screen should have a graphic that says Happy 30th Photoshop. Yeah,
ooh,
cool.
That could be cool. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Adding some...
How did you just move both of those at the same time?
Yeah, I don't know how that...
Okay.
That was...
I thought it was like a pro tip.
I wonder if they just...
Oh, that's what I'd want. I need to be able to... Isn't that cool? Like
yeah.
You can grab again, it's the first menu. Yeah.
It's awesome. Okay, cool.
Yes. Another 2 minutes and we will dive into the Daily Creative Challenge.
All right. We are almost done with the glow on these, and then we can play with it even more. And again, love to hear any suggestions that you guys have.
I actually do have like some more suggestions as soon as you get some of this squared away. But looking at the depth of them too, like the blurriness of the background.
Yeah.
So the ones further back there are probably going to need to be blurred slightly.
Yeah.
Like I'm guessing, but that might sell it a little bit more if you blurred it.
Okay. Let's see. So should we do like a Gaussian blur on that?
Yeah. And just try it out. I think that's working. And again, you might have to like zoom out a little bit further, but like I feel like that's selling it.
Yeah, because they definitely should be...
Like just subtly, because it should kind of match the surroundings. But that's good. Nothing too much, but I think that's looking pretty good.
Cool.
It just takes that edge off and yeah.
Yeah.
So can you zoom out and so we can see it as a whole? Do you mind? Like, so this is another problem I have with that one specifically. It's very much contained within that box.
Right.
I would move it over or something. And maybe it's breaking that border a little bit. So like, yeah, like that. And so here's another thing I'm thinking about. Are they all different sizes going into my mouth? So they're all in the same plane? Or are they back there?
Yeah, my thinking was they're all different sizes, but I guess we could play with like what plane they're on. And I guess one thing that's really bothering me about this picture is because the background is so busy, you're like losing the ghost, you know?
Yes, and so, that's a good point. So we could talk about that.
Yeah,
because
Yeah, that's an important thing to think about, I think, when you're, doing photography or creating something in Photoshop. You want to think about what your background is. And like in this instance, I might have wanted to actually shoot Paul from the other side.
Shoot me?
Photograph him from the other side so that we didn't get this crazy background. And maybe even.
And by the way, maybe the composition is okay. That's actually really cool. So this will be fun. Like once these are made, and maybe that's what you could do if I'm reviewing these or we're reviewing these.
Yeah, kind of play with it.
You'd even drop some in there.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
That's a good idea.
I think playing with this one and focusing even on one, and all of a sudden you guys can see like the huge difference between look how this ghost stands out versus all of these.
Yeah.
Because of that background.
And by the way, for the background, what I would do is I would just try to darken it without muddying it.
Yep. Okay.
So try to, and that would be like, again, going into painting with black and changing that layer to overlay or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I don't really know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna sit here and review.
Yeah,
some designs.
Is it time?
It is time, my friends.
Yeah, you're right. It's definitely hard to darken that background without muddying it because there's so much like brightness happening. So
yeah, but it's all geez.
Woo!
It's looking very good. Like this is still like really working. If that foreground's brighter, I actually don't mind it doesn't really muddy it too much.
And then we can really start to see the glow that we created on the ghost. Because, otherwise you really do lose it in the background. And it gets a bit complicated and weird.
Yeah.
So
I definitely like it darker, but yeah, just taking some, playing with that for a little bit is awesome. Okay, very cool. We'll kind of dive into this daily creative challenge. As you work on that, you can kind of play with that. They'll still give you a second. But thanks so much for joining us, everybody, today. Good to have you, Richard, Nadir, Michael. Today is all about the symmetry tool. Kathleen, check out, just do Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. Here's the URL, challenge/Photoshop. But basically, she was using the symmetry tool. You can watch the video. There's also some graphics, so she does give you a brush and this background, right? But she just made something really cool earlier as part of it. So let's kind of take a look at and see if anybody has made anything yet. Oh, looks like they have. Oh, this is really fun. Yeah, and there's this one. So this is Kathleen's original. So I'm glad she posted that. It's super cool. Right down in here, we can see Cece making this. Thank you, which is nice. Good color choices.
I think, my feedback on this would be to maybe vary your brush size on it because the fireworks right now as they are look like it's all the same brush size, and I think changing that up would make it look much, much more realistic and kind of give it that firework effect of like...
Yeah, I agree, which is always tough. I think Kathleen was using a Wacom, so she was able to get those really nice strokes. But even that being said, you could always kind of go in and erase and trim and do all the fun stuff. I would say even with this decorative font, it's tough with the decorative font when you start adding all that spacing, the letter spacing, doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I don't mean to be mean either. TJ, it's still fantastic, so let's start doing this. Boom. Boom. Yeah. I don't understand it.
I know, what is
Many things can just barely do. I don't understand it. And I don't see the symmetry brush, but I appreciate you, TJ.
And the flowers are really beautiful. Like, I love that ring. Just not sure what the outer border is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, thank you, Kathleen. Taper brush with velocity turned up. Yeah, think about using smoothing. I think that's a good call as well with brushes.
Yes.
If you crank up the smoothing, it'll just you'll get those smoother lines, as the name would imply. Ooh, TJ, showing up. So here we go.
Oh, cool. Okay.
You know, spending some more time on it.
Wow, that looks awesome. And the fireworks are starting to look super realistic. Like they definitely are starting to have, you know, the firework kind of appeal to them.
Yeah. And this is going to be interesting. As part of this challenge, you're going to learn how to use the symmetry brush, but when you combine that with text, you're going to have two elements, and you got to learn how to put this composition together. Like, what do you focus on? And that's why it's like kind of all right here, which is totally fine, but that's another challenge, is like, you know, creating a nice composition. This is actually, is this Kathleen's?
I would say on that other one, the one we just were looking at.
Yeah.
Just to be careful about, you know, matching colors and losing the U at the bottom. You know, I think maybe even if that was white or something, you know, I know the Y would kind of drop off, but, you know, figuring out a way to make that stand out.
Yeah, and still, like, that being said, you don't really need to read every single letter, especially for such a common phrase like "thank you."
Right.
But if it's getting lost and being distracting, that's like another thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree with you though. This is like these looks like Kathleen's burst. I don't know if you made these, Flindeer. If you did make these symmetries, yeah, I guess he did, because Kathleen didn't. I don't think she gave her file out.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
If he made these are awesome.
Yeah, those look epic. Yeah. Like, even with that one, I think what's interesting is there is no brush variation in terms of the size, which I mentioned on one of the first ones we looked at. But in this one, it's working because the lines are so thin, and it really does give like that burst effect.
Yeah.
I think that's
totally
cool.
Absolutely loving it. A little like splatter. Again, a lot like Kathleen's, but that's the goal. Literally take hers, do exactly what she did, and you're gonna learn.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, totally for it. Spinning.
Whoa.
Oh, that's fun.
Sneeze. Almost sneezed there.
Close
Saved
one.
it. Whoa, that's awesome. That looks like those, what do you call those, like electricity balls that you touch and then it comes to your hand? It reminds me of that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's so cool.
Yeah, totally. Super interesting to look at.
I know. I'm like, now I want to make one too.
Yeah. That's type along a path. That could have been done in Andrew's Illustrator challenge. He talks about that. And I'm sorry, this is Manisha.
That's super cool. I wonder if she made that from scratch.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be incredible.
If she made this, then yeah, it would be incredible.
Yeah.
Into it.
Wow, so cool.
And this is a smart call because, like, you know, based on what Kathleen did, you created one. I think she did have a couple different colors, but this is just using the symmetry multiple times, one on top of the next, and you can end up with something pretty complex, which looks awesome.
Right, yeah.
That's looks like it. Manisha, you did a great job. Boom. Bop. Bop. Cool. Yeah. And again, that one looks cool too.
Wow, I love that background. That's sick.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
That's really fun. It's interesting. I like it because it's like the honeycomb effect and like looks like chicken wire or something, but then it's kind of like warped and has a glow towards the edge. It looks like it's like going back into space.
Yeah, it's got a lot of depth to it.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, cool. Keep them coming. We have Meg DL's going to be reviewing some more submissions later today. So that's the short of it.
So I'm just working on this other ghost image. And what was kind of fun with this one, I decided to add an inner glow and make it like a teal color to kind of just add some interest to it. I don't know, just playing.
I'm into it.
Huge yawn.
Sorry about that. That's not my subtle way of saying I don't like the inner glow.
I know. I'm like, thanks a lot. So I really, before we run out of time, maybe we should show everyone the how you did you were talking about the 3D animation and making them rotate. I think that would be an interesting thing to see.
Oh yeah, and while you're doing that, actually, do you mind, oh, I have that image already, so this will be fun.
Want to switch over to your screen?
Yeah, certainly. Let me get this set up really fast. But all we really need is that one. Let's just take one of these ghosts. Personally, I want this one. Okay, perfect. So 3D object. And sorry, there we are. Okay, so we're set up. So I'm kind of emulating what you just made, right? We have this ghost. And again, we just have 2 layers, and I would probably kind of merge these 2. Right, so we just have the background, and we just have this one. So that's what I typically do. We can obviously rotate it around. We want to get into the timeline right down here. Bam, there it is. Creating a video timeline, clicking right there. It gives me, and I'll actually pull this out so we're not covering it up at all. But here it is. Here's the ghost. And then you have this background. If I unlock the background, it actually shows up in here. But I like how it actually doesn't show up because this panel can get kind of messy. The cool thing is you twirl this down and now you have all these properties right in here. So you have these 3D meshes. Actually, let's grab this ghost, selecting this ghost layer. So I'm kind of playing with it right now. It's not the position. If you deal with this position, it's talking about the position of the layer entirely. But what you need to do is if you click right in here, you're adding a keyframe. So this adding a keyframe, boom. So that's usually what I'll do. A lot of times you'll start with like your final composition because that's everything kind of is in that final position. So I'd add a keyframe down here and then I'd scrub to the beginning and then move it into its like start position. But again, this is the layer itself. That's what this position is. You want to get into, it should be the, oh gosh, you're going to have to give me a second. Wait for it.
I'm starting to animate mine over here too while you work on that.
Yeah, by all means.
Today is all about learning new things. I'm learning from you too. It's kind of fun.
Into it, and I learn things and then I forget them and then I have to relearn them.
Yep.
Right, like what I just did here, and I think this is what threw me off. I twirl down into the 3D meshes. That's going to control the perspective of your particular mesh. So right in here, I added this keyframe down here, and then as I grab this and rotate it, we'll see a keyframe pop up right there. So it actually is working, right? I'll rotate it some more. We'll click play. And you can see it not move. Come on! Come on! Come on, thing. Okay, I don't know why it wasn't moving with that keyframe, but it's working. There we are. We'll click play. And we can see it kind of just moving in 3D space. And based on what Anna was doing, it's super fun because she was using a lot of layer styles. So I could jump in here. I want to add that outer glow like she was doing so well. Really might need to crank it up a lot. Like so,
cool,
something
yeah.
like that. That's kind of what I'm going with. Wait for it. I want mine to look cool like yours, so that's why I had to add that. But again, it's right in here. It's this timeline. It's the shape of your mesh. Okay. Yeah. So that's what you get. I'm going to move this down further. Your move tool, especially if you're dealing with 3D, keep in mind I'm rotating it. So I have my move tool selected and I'm rotating it. But if I select this third one in, this will allow me to drag the 3D object. So I can drag it right down here. I could actually change the scale as well. So we'll kind of shrink it up, rotate it some more. like so. Move it on down. Let's rotate it some more as well. And let's click play. And we can see it kind of animating up. And again, let's play some more with this angle as it gets larger. You get the idea.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, let's see him move around.
All right, and again, it's not like super smooth. Ultimately, you're probably gonna want to learn After Effects. But there's still some. I wanna play with this so much right now, and I'm trying to chill out. Because he should be right down here. He should be brighter.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Now, be very mindful if you are doing any sort of 3D, or excuse me, any animation in here. If you scrub it in your timeline and you add something new, like, again, just like brightness and contrast or levels. Oh, I take that back. Sometimes it'll add it. I guess it doesn't for levels. Sometimes it'll add layers further down in the timeline. So it'll disappear, but you can control when it starts and stops, by the way. So it'll come in like that, and you're like, where the heck is my levels? Because you won't see it, but it actually exists. Just make sure it's covered the whole way. And then at this point, I'm going to just change and crank this up like that.
Oh, yeah. Make them nice and bright.
Yeah. And then I'm going to clip it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, make sure
I mean,
it's
you
clipped.
tell me. You're the,
Yeah. Clip it.
Clip that puppy. And what do we want to do? We want to change the opacity. So it's going to start out 100%, and then as it moves further away, so right here, we want to take this down to 0.
Ooh, love that.
Right? So it should.
This is really interesting because I've never actually used the animation in video form like that. I'll show you, after you finish that, I'll show you the way I've done it, and this is kind of cool. So. You guys, I'm learning new things too, you know? You never stop learning, and that's the beauty of Photoshop. You can use it for so many years and still get in there and learn like a gazillion things that you didn't know before.
Yeah, so there it is. Like,
oh my God, I love that. Wow, that's so cool.
And I did kind of some wonky rotating, but you get the idea.
Cool. I love it. Yeah, what do you guys think of that? That's pretty sweet, the way it like comes up. I love it. That's so cool.
And right here, I could trim up the timeline, but ultimately you can like render out this video, obviously.
Yeah. Maybe you can make it come up and flip and go into your mouth.
Oh yeah. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. We'll literally spend all day doing this.
You get super crazy. Fun. I am obsessed with that. That's so fun.
Kind of messing with it a little bit. Yeah, you get the idea.
That is cool.
It's going into my mouth. Boop.
Cookie. Let's see it now.
Thanks for humoring us today, everyone.
Yes. Oh my God, that is so good. That is awesome. I'm so happy. I need to save that.
You like it. Yeah.
For everyone saying that the ghost should have been in his mouth, there you go.
I know.
We got it. Got it live.
The audience demanded it.
Yeah.
So there it is. There's a couple different ways to get to rendering the video. It's also in this drop-down menu.
Yeah.
Right here. And I would probably control the size, because this, you know, depending on where it's going to go. That's how I determine how to render it out.
Yeah.
You get the idea. We don't even need to wait for it. Let's just play this another again.
I'm super into it. Now it's not playing.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, it's not playing now.
Oh, I'm so sad because I
No, it's
really
fun. I'll fix it. Yeah, I gotta. Oh, that's. There we go. Yeah, you get the idea. All right, everyone. You get it. I'll try to render this out and post it on, or give it to Anna, and we'll get this posted or something.
Yes.
By the way.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Want to switch back? Oh, there it goes. Now it's going.
Boop, boop, boop. I'll play with it some more. Boop.
That is so cool. I love it rotating around.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Perfect.
That's so funny. Thank you. I don't know your name who just posted. Learning so much, just discovered these streams.
That's awesome.
Good.
Yeah,
that's
they're
why
great.
we do this. It's fun.
Let's see. So
and so this is what you did. So by the way, if you take a look at your timeline, this is a frame by frame timeline that's happening. So do this flyout menu there. And we want to, you could probably, I would just delete animation since you haven't done anything.
Wait, no, I did.
Oh, you did animate it?
Yeah, I did while you were doing yours.
Oh, never mind.
I just deleted my whole animation. I was like, no. Luckily, you always have good old Command Z.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
That's funny. I didn't even know you. I thought that was like you just started duplicating frames. I didn't realize you were animating while I was animating. You did that fast.
So mine's a little different than Paul's. I like Paul's better, but what I did is just turned on the layers, and I do this a lot of times when I'm showing, actually, on my Instagram, showing my process videos, and you can just turn layers on and like make a little video. So here we go. Slow.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And then I had them disappear and come back in, and it's rendering too, so it's not as fast. I wanted it to be like boop, 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 boop.
This is so good. And by the way, like right below that, obviously, it says 0 seconds. It's like a 1 frame probably each, but you could have it pause on that. But I love the idea of doing this as like a process, like video or JPEG.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
GIF.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. So I'll just I'll put the background layer on, and then you just add.
So even this right here is so much. This is almost like stronger as a design right now. The way it's even popping in like this.
Yeah.
This took it to definitely like another level.
I agree, because I think, just as a flat image, it's kind of boring. Like you have all these glows happening that we didn't really fully finish, so it's kind of, it's like what is going on in this photo, but I think adding the little animation is just all of a sudden like giving it a whole new life. Now all of a sudden like these Pacman are real.
Yeah, I'm very into it. So hopefully you like it. And then you could preview on web. Oh yeah, because you'll ultimately be exporting out this as like an animated GIF.
Yeah.
Like possibly, but that's what Kathleen's talking about.
Okay.
So
cool.
that's a good call.
Yeah.
And you can determine whether it loops or not and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, just looping over here forever. So, and then this is really easy to do too. Like all I did was I just clicked the little plus icon down here and added a new frame, and then you can turn a layer on or off every time you add a frame, and then you can make things show up. So again, exactly how I do my little process videos, just turning layers on as I add a frame. Hopefully that makes sense.
Makes sense to me. All right, we're kind of coming down to our final minute or two. So yeah, let us know if you have any questions. People probably want you to post this before long too. So
I know I'm gonna have to do some work on it.
I know.
I gotta bring it up to
And we'll show it to Meg DL, and he'll have all these changes.
Yeah, he'll be like, "This is bad. You need to fix this."
We joke about that because he is the nicest guy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, wow, you just helped me out so much just by doing these little tricks.
Yep.
So
exactly.
It is super fun. I was gonna do a shout out to your, Instagrams, if you will, just a way to.
Cool. Yeah.
Get in touch with you. So yeah, 2 minutes left. Real fast, just see Anna's work, Anna McNaught, and of course, leave the map as well as she travels around the world.
Yeah.
In a van.
Super fun.
It is super cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, check her out, follow her. As soon as you get things done, I'm sure they will appear here, which is awesome.
Yeah, and feel free to come say hi to me. I always respond to everyone who DMs me. So come say what's up. I'll say what's up back.
Yeah. Well, I thank you so much, Anna McNaught. You've been fantastic. Thank you, Sam and Kathleen and Rosemary and everyone. Hang out. We have an XD Daily Creative Challenge full day today. We've really enjoyed having you.
Thank you.
Yay!
Thanks so much for
virtual
joining
hug
me, everyone.
for
Really
everyone
appreciate
else.
all you guys.
Mm-hmm.